Alrighty, so I want to do our first showcase, and we're gonna pick Terry because I like Terry the most, but unfortunately, I've been playing over the past day or so since the update came out in Ungeared, and Terry is pretty bad in Ungeared. I have to be really honest there. We're gonna try him out in geared PvP. I have him with Ludociel's attack crit damage gear on. I know that some people were saying that the HP defense might be better for him because he's like a stance user and everything like that, so I may end up swapping it over, but I want to try him out in geared. Obviously anybody can do much better in geared because the gear is kind of what carries the character in that scenario, but yeah, in ungeared PvP, man, he just does like so little damage. Like his counters are just absolutely abysmal. Like they're just super small, and I don't know what it is. It kind of just feels like a waste of a character. Another thing is the Bond team might not be like the best team by any means to use with him, but it is what it is. He's using. Okay, he's using Brawler Bond. I'm not really sure why, but it's kind of odd. I'm not sure if there's some sort of combo there. He's using the like the manga outfit thing that Bond has, and I'm curious as to where this is going, but you never know, I guess. Alright, so let's move that to get Terry's ultimate. I was lucky enough to pull one extra copy of Terry, so his ult is 2-6, which is pretty good because his ult, if you don't know, is a power strike ultimate, so it's the same as Sariel's like single target card, which is a really strong card to have, and it's an AoE as well, so it does really high damage. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I think that's probably one of the reasons why he's sort of carrying a lot of JP players to like top 100 and stuff like that, because obviously if you just wail on him and you get him 6-6 and you have all of his outfits maxed out, etc., he's gonna do a lot better. But I have the one outfit for him. This is the one that you can actually buy for 60 gems in game. You don't have to actually like pay money because it's not a UR outfit, which is actually kind of nice. I like this outfit the most out of any of them anyway, so there is that. But yeah, I don't think I can. I was really thinking about buying Mai's outfit or even an outfit for Kyo, but I really just don't think I can justify it. Like I have outfits and stuff like that for, you know, Rim and Rom and Amelia, and I don't think I bought any for the Stranger Things characters because they really just aren't crazy. I think I actually did buy one costume for 11 because the whole like mentality that they kind of put you in with collabs is like, oh, like you gotta buy these or else, you know, you never know when they're coming back. But I don't know what it is. I just can't justify it. I really can't. I just don't want to spend like $18 per outfit for these characters, and now there's 6 characters in this collab, and I mean I rarely use the KOF collab members as it is. Like Kyo's probably the most useful, and I still can't even justify using or buying one for him because I just don't use Kyo that often. Like he's pretty good for the Croc Shell boss that comes around every so often, and obviously he's going to be pretty decent with Iori, and we're going to try that showcase out next after we do Terry's. But I don't know, man. It's like a money pit sort of thing. Like most collab characters are not meta. Like they just don't end up being in the meta for too long, aside from like Amelia or you know, Rom is pretty okay on like unknown teams. I don't know. Kyo can be used on the Bond team, and he's pretty popular on the Bond team. But it's just I'm just gonna wait. If these characters become more relevant, that's fine. Like I'll make UR gear for them or whatever. But it just seems like it's like a lot of hype right now, and I don't want to waste a whole bunch of materials on building these characters' gear and everything when I don't know how long they're even gonna last, is what I'm trying to get across here. Like, it just, I don't know, it's just one of those things. Like, I would much rather like save money and wait for like a new festival character to come out that I know is more than likely going to be meta, and buy like outfits for them and just have fun with these units while they're sort of like new and, you know, in the meta. But once they get phased out, like, I feel like if I look back at it, I'd be like, well, I bought these outfits for no reason because I don't use these characters anymore. So I don't know, just my own mentality about the whole thing. I'm not trying to like rant or anything like that, but I do really dislike how they do a lot of the collab stuff. Like, I wish you could buy the outfits for them no matter what, but obviously that's just like a money making tactic for them, I guess. So it kind of just is what it is. You just kind of either have to go for it or not, which then again, if you're interested, like if you like the KOF characters and you're a fan of the series and everything like that, like by all means, if you want to like invest in these characters, then, you know, go for it. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with these characters if you actually build them up and stuff like that. But for me personally, I think Terry's cool. Like, I don't have any attachment to any of them. Like, I don't even have Terry in Smash, which is the only other sort of like association that anybody seems to have with Terry. But yeah, I just can't really justify it. I don't know. It's just $18 for a single UR outfit is or like a full like costume set is just, it's really pushing it for me, and I'm just not really sure that that's really what I want to, and, you know, invest my money into, I guess. So I think it would be better suited somewhere else. I hate to say it, but the only reason I'm even using this on the Bond team, obviously there are other teams that you can use Terry with. I'm planning on using Terry on a different team, probably sometime later in the week, but I obviously wanted to use Terry on the Bond team because, as you can see, I did. If you didn't see my video earlier this week, this is my first Holy Relic that I actually grinded out for, and it's just cool to finally have like an actual relic for a character instead of it just being like, I know that the KOF characters and stuff like that are probably going to be some of the first Holy Relics that some of the players are going to get, because of just like, you get them from in-game events and stuff like that. You don't have to grind the really hard bird boss to get them and everything. So it's pretty convenient to be able to use the KOF relics, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. All right, what do we got? Got a Bond team, an actual Bond team, not a fake Bond team. This is the real guy. I have a merge for Arthur. I don't think I'm gonna take that. I think let's throw this out. I think I'm just gonna use those for hand space, maybe. And I know that there's a whole thing with having Terry and using his relic to sort of just like keep spamming his stances, so that way you just gain his damage multiplier or whatever, and then you just do big damage with him. And I think that's really cool, but yeah, I don't know. Obviously it comes down to luck whether or not you're going to pull those extra stance cards regardless. And I think it was last game that we just pulled two of them at the very beginning. I wanted to more or less just like rush ult instead. So, because I mean, his ult really is what makes him like super good in my opinion. Like, I like counter characters a lot. I think that they're like a ton of fun, but more often than not, I feel like ultimates are kind of what wins games. So with his being as strong as it is, you kind of just have to go for it and then wipe the team with it. But yeah, he's a cool character. I do really like his relic. I like I like all of the relics designs and stuff like that. They're all really cool. It's funny to me that they're all like pairs of gloves, and then Mai is the only one that gets like a fan because that's her weapon. She doesn't use, you know, fighting. She doesn't use her hands to fight like every other fighting game character, because they're all from fighting games. So I think that that's really funny. But yeah, I think the characters are a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to like be like, these characters, why? But I think it just feels like they're a little overhyped to me personally. Like, I think that they're still good and still fun to use by all means, but the characters in general, it just seems like everybody's like, whoa, Terry's in top 100, that's nuts, like you gotta go for him, you gotta get him 6'6". And for collabs, like it's a 600 mileage, which isn't that bad. Like, I mean, it could be worse, it could be like a festival where it's 900, but 600 mileage for one, you know, one rotation is kind of a lot. So that kind of sucks. I don't remember what the original Slime Collabs banner looked like, because I don't think they had the whatchamacallit. I don't think they had 600 mileage banners back then, if I'm not mistaken. So I kind of want to go back and look and see how those how that banner went. But yeah, I just think that like going, you know, 600 on a banner just to get one guaranteed copy, which I had really bad luck. Obviously, like some of the people in my Discord were saying that they had pretty good luck. You know, they pulled multiple copies of the new characters and stuff like that, which is really cool. Like, I mean, the new characters are rated up to 0.5%, so I mean, there's a pretty decent chance that you get them if you pull an SSR, but I just kept getting shafted and pulling no SSRs in general. So it didn't really work out for me all that well. But it happens like that sometimes. You really can't really do anything about it. It's just the way the game is, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish they would, you know, if they would just bump up the rates a little bit. Like, it doesn't need to be like a 7% or something like that, but if it was like a 5%, so that way the new characters get a little bit more. Like, if it was like a 1% chance for both of the new characters, that would be fantastic. And then, you know, every other crappy unit that they want to put on the banner can be, you know, whatever. So I don't know. I just think that at this point, you know, you need a ton of Super Awakening coins and all that kind of stuff, etc. So I think it would make sense that you would need to, you know, bump up the rates at this point. But I don't know. Obviously, they're making a ton of money doing it like this, and why would they change it if they don't have to, I guess, is, you know, the whole mentality there. But I don't know. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So I'm actually kind of surprised. I've just been sort of like just chatting with you guys, but I haven't really been commenting on the game. Terry's ultimate has been doing absolute work, so that's really, really nice. He does have takeoff ultimate card with Terry, so I think this turn, since he didn't put up the stance, he basically put me in the perfect position to just move this, and then we'll put up a stance with Arthur, so that way he can't take off my ultimate. And you can see, like, I mean, I know that Bond has an absolute, you know, ass load of HP, but his counter just really doesn't do that much. Like, I know that it's supposed to be sort of like you use the counters and it gains, you know, he gets the buff, and then you can use his attack cards to deal big damage. But I don't know, just I like it when counters do big damage instead. Like Green Demon, or not Green Demon Melee, but Green Melee, like the Tavern Melee, Captain Melee, is an insane unit. Like, because of like the fact that, you know, he gets low on HP, and then I really should have used some extra. I should have used the Takeoff Ultimate Gauge card. I'm really dumb. Okay, doesn't matter. Well, actually, he had stance on, so it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I just like those like big damage dealing counters. I think they're a lot more fun. They're a lot more exciting to get off, and I think that that's part of the fun and enjoyment of a counter team, kind of. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, not every stance is gonna be like super crazy. I do like the fact that it's not necessarily like a taunt stance. Like, I know a lot of people like taunt stances the most, but I do like the fact that his stance is kind of like the one Fat King stance, where it doesn't matter who you hit, even though you don't have to hit him specifically, he'll still counter whether or not you hit a teammate or not. So I think that that's a really cool mechanic. As far as I know, I think that Fat King is the only one that has that sort of mechanic to his stance. I could be wrong on that. I think there might be one other unit. I don't remember specifically, but yeah, very, very cool. I like it a lot. Let's throw up that. I kind of want to go for the ultimate, but at the same time, I almost know that he's going to use a a dissolve skill here, so maybe the Terry will deter him a little bit. It doesn't look like it's going to. Crack shoot. Okay, so that wastes his evasion, so that's good. Now I don't have to worry about that, which is really nice. I'm also thinking about Iori's showcase. So with Iori, the interesting thing with him is that he... you basically want to have somebody that can shut down Margaret from cleansing, because obviously the whole thing there is that you bring in Kyo, and then Kyo is going to keep putting on Ignite stacks, and then that's going to help Iori do big damage. So I think most people's thought process is to bring in the new Gother because he could use Jacklight and just, you know, shut down the buff cards and stuff like that. But I was really thinking about maybe using Halloween Slater. I think that could be a fun unit because he has the card, like, as long as I'm going first, which could be an issue, of course. But if I go first, or if he doesn't have Droll and Taunts, then I should be able to get off the two-turn, whatchamacallit? What am I trying to say here? The two-turn skill disable thing, or like it disables everything but attack skills, and then if I need to, I can go in with the other card which disables skill abilities, which is really, really nice as well. So he has a lot of shutdown. Obviously, I think I'm going to do an ungeared showcase for Iori because I think he actually does okay in ungeared. We'll try to do that anyway. But yeah, I think that he should be fine. I kind of want to try out the Slater. We may end up just messing around with it. We may just do that video with starting with Gother, moving into Slater a little bit after that, and then somebody else was telling me that I can use potentially red Matrona as sort of like a taunt and like remove buffs and stuff like that. So we may try that as well because he was saying that was working kind of well for him, which sounds like a lot of fun, to be honest. So let's see how this goes. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to kill here. It's a lot of HP to beat through. Yeah, that's unfortunate. If I would have used any other attack card, that would have been really nice. I probably shouldn't have taunted with him and just used the attack, so that way it reduced the ultimate gauge, but it is what it is. I honestly think we're fine either way. Like, I mean, Terry's doing really well in geared. Like, geared is Terry's forte, I think. Like, he does well in geared, which he's not, you know, he's not the one doing big damage. Obviously, Bon is kind of just the big man on campus with this team, but, you know, he's pretty good. You know, the counter sort of helps here and there. You can deal pretty decent damage with him. Plus, if you're not pulling Bond cards, you can just rush ult with Terry and just absolutely blow through them with the power strike. So pretty interesting either way. I do really like it a lot. I forgot that they're doing the fight festival thing. So we won every single one of those matches, which is kind of nice. Okay, I guess I'll need to mess with my storage in a second. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I don't know, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the characters. Let me know if you think that they're a little too overhyped, kind of like I do, or if you just think that they're really, really good. Because I mean, I'm not trying to like argue with anybody by any means. If you think that they're good, then, you know, by all means, you know, have fun with them, you know, do your thing. But for me personally, I just don't think that they're like astronomically like great characters, which I don't think anybody's saying that they're like top tier by any means, but I don't know, they just seemed a little overhyped. But I don't know, we'll check out Iori next time, so stay tuned if you want to see that. Feel free to subscribe so that way you don't miss it. And that's it from me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.